talking to Keu Cha. He is an artist, a comic artist. And you've been a comic artist for how long?
Since 2000. Since 2000, so it's been a while. Yeah.
So you had artwork before you thought about coming into this? You were an artist?
Oh, yeah. Back in 2000, I got my big break working on Top Cow comics under Image. Working on titles like Rising Star and Witchblade. And I took a little hiatus, took a real job for a while, and now I'm coming back with my creative own under Image. So it's definitely a exciting project for me to kind of come up with my own idea. So it's a step from what I usually do because I've penciled.
How long do you usually take away from the job and go back?
No, I freelance now. So I kind of came with back. I left the full-time position to go freelance, so that I have a lot of time to work on my project.
About how many? You have some fantastic work. We were looking at your book over there.
Cool, thanks.
What does it take to do all of that? You got a lot of little. What do you call that?
Details, a lot of details and things. Well, I love that stuff. I love that stuff. That motivates me to draw faster. And it takes me around like 2 days to 3 days to draw one of those big. Draw one of the big spreads, and that's 2 pages. So I'm trying to get myself, try to get build myself up to drawing, get things done on a timely manner because the comic book has a lot of pages. I'm trying to just kind of make sure I get it out there and meet the deadlines. And
so what are you thinking when you are sitting there drawing? Are you very calm, comfortable? You feel that you're in your element?
I put on my headset, blast the music, kind of get in the zone,
Music on?
Oh, yeah. I can't turn it on too loud because my wife would kill me. But so I put on the headset, I just kind of really focus, and listen to music, and then and kind of feel the image come, and then work on it and to try to visualize it before I draw it, so that it'll come out a lot easier. I've struggled many times before looking at a blank page, and I'm learning not to do that and to kind of visualize it first before I draw it.
Is it just that one time that you don't put your music on? You always have to have it on?
Oh, I have to have my music on. Yeah. That's what gets me going. I mean, once in a while I'll forget to put it on because my head's all over the place. But for the most part, that's how I concentrate.
Is there a certain kind of music?
Well, I tend to go more electronic just because it's just music, and there's no lyrics because the lyrics would take you to a different spot, anything musical. I mean, I try to find even with the Beatles, they'll do like live sets where they don't sing. Then I'll listen to that. You know what I mean? So it's about the just the moment. And musical scores are always really good. Movie scores are also really really powerful too.
Well, I'm a writer, and I'm my biggest critic. You're an artist. Are you your biggest critic?
Oh yeah, almost to a fault. That sometimes yeah. I mean, it's to a fault. Almost to a point of giving up. But because I am my biggest critic, I feel like whenever I get past those hard moments, then I feel like I've kind of grown a little bit, and it's always pushing myself on every aspect of my art all the time. That eventually, I find growth in that, and understanding what I'm doing, and and also, I like to learn different things too because I feel like it supports my drawing. Like I went to design. Design really helps my composition when I draw. I learned 3D. I find like learning 3D, I understand textures and color and form better. So it's not just it's just not drawing. It's kind of holistic in terms of like the way I approach a lot of my work, and my growth,
Who was that angel that reached out to you and said, "Boy, he got talent, and maybe I can help pull him along in something"?
I need to thank that angel, because seriously, it's I mean, to be an artist, I think, and to really be passionate about something, to really pursue it, you definitely need that gift, and that understanding of like that's what it needs. Well, that's what it takes, to climb that mountain. That's what it takes to be what you want to be, and I think that's the secret. It's nothing more than that. I think we're all very talented, if we sat down and kind of focused on what we really want and followed our dreams, and find time, find a way. There's always a way, you know. And then you could be, you will see growth, and you'll see a possibility. You'll see that light at the end of the tunnel, you know.
Let's talk about the business aspect of it. Business is great.
Oh, you know, that I put on the business hat and almost had a near nervous breakdown. And that's what I'm talking about. Like. So
you let other people take care of.
Oh no, I have to take care of the business aspect of it, and so I had put on the business hat. You know, I took off the artist hat and put on the business hat. You know, and
I like that.
Yeah, and then now I can't be introverted no more. I have to talk. So now it's almost like it's a personality change. I have to kind of work on. And learn to talk more slower in front of when I'm being interviewed. And there's a lot of little things you have to work on, you know, because so yeah, the business I'm starting this out. So I'm, the response has been good. You know, people remember me from my from my previous work. Very, very appreciative of that. And so when I go out, it's great to have someone say, "Oh yeah, I remember your work." You know, it's very, very reassuring. And it's very motivating when somebody comes and looks at my page and and like it, or they're impressed with it, because then I feel like I'm doing something right, doing something right. It's getting their attention, and then there's a light at the end of the tunnel on this project for me, it's going to get done, and it's very motivating. It's very motivating.
Travel a lot?
This is my second convention this year, but I plan to go to like around 7 or 8 this, And next month is every other weekend is a convention for me. So it's I have to get used to the jet lag and then coming back and staying and getting back to work right away. There's no rest, and it's fun. It's fun for me.
I was looking at that picture there. That's fascinating. What were you thinking when you were drawing that? And tell us a little bit about that.
Well, you know what? These are my two characters, and there's a moment in my story when they meet, and each image is from the other person's perspective, and I want to create that moment of their turmoil, of their struggle, and that moment where they see each other, And I really kind of feel like I really definitely want to capture that moment, even if people don't notice it right now. But there's that tension. There's something going on. There's something bigger than them, And it really, it's a lot of subtle things like composition, little elements, a gesture, a glance of the eye, So I was being very, very kind of careful and conscious of that when I drew that piece, because when you walk by it, if you don't sense that, you're not going to stare at it, And I kind of really want to make sure, in a glance, that you would stop and look, Something I learned in advertising. You got 10 seconds,